Good morning. Hi guys. Welcome to day 4. Come stand at the front of your mat. And just roll up and down along your spine. So as you roll up and down, just find the sensation of your spine. As you travel down, notice the feeling. And as you travel back up, notice the sensation. When your hands are near your legs, reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. And then slowly rolling down again, hands near your thighs. Then round your back and roll down. Bend your knees loads. Really be soft into your knees. Just warming into the spine. So this is the third time, reaching up, widening, and then slowly rolling down. So just rolling all the way down and bring your hands to the floor when they get there. Hands to the floor, tuck your chin in, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Nice. And then just bring your elbows to your knees and do that movement a few times. So round your back and arch your back. So we're just mobilizing into the rib cage. You can have your hands on your knees if you wish, or your elbows on your knees. And we're just doing a standing cat. We're just mobilizing into the rib cage, into your shoulders. And you're just trying to feel, where is my places of restriction, of tiredness, of sensation this morning, or where do I feel awesome this morning? Nice. Hands to the floor. Step the right foot back into a lunge. And just pausing there for a moment. Really lean into your hip a little bit. Lift a little bit. Lean into it. Lift a little bit. Lean into it. One more time. Lift a little bit. Lean into it. Nice. Step back into your plank. Knees to the floor. Belly to the floor. Hands are wide, lift your toes off the floor, tuck your chin in and rise. And you're lowering down, hands to the floor beside your chest. Push back into your cat, all the way back into your downward dog. Just find the length. Day 4. Things begin to change as we do this every day. There's more connections, more sensations of when I push here, that happens. When I do this, that happens. Nice. Stretch your right foot up towards the ceiling and step forward. Step forward. And just bend your knees. Sit your bum down, just low. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. One more time. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Slowly rounding up. Rolling up, reach your arms wide, bring your palms together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, stretch your left leg long. And step it back into a lunge. And just lift your lunge a little bit and sink into it. So it's the hips and the pelvis that you're lifting. And it's the hips and the pelvis that you're dropping. Straightening the front leg a little bit as that happens. And then sinking down. One more time. Lifting and sinking. Nice. Stepping back. And drop your knees to the floor. Lower all the way down. Fingertips to the floor. Tuck your chin in. Reverse. Toes are up. Fingers are strong. Chin is tucked in. Nice. Lowering down. Push back into your cat. All the way back into your downward dog. Just find your connections. Nice. Stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling. Step the left foot forward between your hands. Step forward. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Slowly rounding up. Reach your arms wide. Bring your palms together. Palms come to rest in front of your chest. Nice. And again, reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor. Step your right leg back into a lunge. Step back into a plank. Knees to the floor, belly to the floor. Fingers are wide, toes are lifted. Tuck your chin in, reverse. Lowering down, hands to the floor. Come into your cat pose. So walk your hands back a little bit. Rounding your back. Arching your back. Rounding your back. Arching your back. Nice. So the next movement, you're going to take the right foot and point your right foot over towards the right. And then take your left foot and bring it in line. So right hand, right knee, left foot are all in line with each other. And my left hand is resting on my hip, so I'm sideways. And just lengthen. So stretch down into the top of your head and all the way into your feet. And then lift your left foot off the floor. Nice. And then let it touch the floor. And again, lift your left foot off the floor. Let it touch. Left foot rises. Touch. Left foot rises. Let it touch. Nice. Lift your foot up just a little bit. Point through your toes. Draw a circle with your left foot. And then circle in the other direction. Nice. Bend your left knee. Draw your left knee up towards your chest. And then keep your knee bent. Bring your foot back behind you. And draw your left knee towards your chest. And then your foot back behind you. Super cool. Turn towards the floor. Both knees on the floor. And then stretch your right leg long. And stretch your left leg long. Left arm long. And lift your right foot off the floor. And your left hand is floating long. Or you can keep your left fingers on the floor if you need that stability. Nice. And then bend your elbow, bend your knee. Bring them together, squeezing in. And then stretch them long. Bend your knee. Bend your elbow. Squeeze them in. Let them touch. Stretch them long. One more time. Bend them in. Let them touch. Stretch them long. Super. Bring both hands to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Sit your bum back towards your heels. Rock your weight forward. Sit your bum back towards your heels. Rock your weight forward. Nice. Lifting up into your downward dog and then step forward with your right foot. Step forward with your left foot. So bend your knees again like we did before and just see, maybe lifting your hands off the floor, you can get your bum a bit lower, but listen to your knees. What is the distance of bum sitting down towards the floor that's healthy for your knees right now? What do you do? What do you have to listen to as you do this? Maybe it's your belly. Maybe it's your hips. Maybe it's your knees. Maybe it's your feet. Maybe it's your spine. Who knows? Slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide. Palms come together. Bending your elbows, bending your knees. Come all the way down. Hands to the floor. Forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift and look forward. Hands to the floor. Stretch your left foot back. Step it back into your lunge. Step back into your plank. Drop your knees to the floor. Lower all the way down. Fingers are wide, toes are lifted. Tuck your chin and rise. For the next thing, you can roll your mat up a little bit. For underneath your knees, push back into your cat. Just quite hard in the knees, this bit. So either roll your mat up or with a jumper or a blanket underneath your knees. Nice. So take your left foot and point it off your mat. And then take your right foot so it's in line. So left hand, left knee, and right foot are all in line. And my right foot's pointing directly behind me. And I'm sideways. Nice. Hand on your hip. Get long through your body. So push your hips a little bit forward. Lengthen through the front. And then lift your right heel off the floor. And then lower it down. Right leg up. Lower it down. Right leg up. Lower it down. One more time. Right leg up. And lower it down. Nice. Let your foot float. Point your toe. And then draw a circle with your right leg. Really try and keep your torso steady. Your torso is still-ish. So I'm not swinging my head forward and back to move my leg. I'm really keeping a sense of stillness in my torso. And then in the other direction. Nice. Bend your knee. Draw your knee up towards you. And then bring your foot back behind you. Bend your knee. Draw it up towards you. And then bring your foot back behind you. One more time. Knee comes forward. Knee moves back. Cool. Come to the floor. And then stretch your left leg. Stretch your right hand. Let them both float. And then bend your elbow. And bring them together. Stretch your leg and your arm long. Bend your knee. Bend your elbow. Stretch long. If this is affecting your shoulder, then come down. Stretching long. One more time. Elbow and knee together. Stretch long, pausing there. Super cool. Both hands to the floor. Push back into your downward dog. Stretch the left foot up towards the ceiling. Step it forward. Step forward. Bring your feet a little bit wider. Maybe turn your toes a little bit out. And just begin to sit down in your version of a squat. Stretch your legs. Listen to your knees. This is about a process of over the next month. We're building strength into the joints of our body. So my knees are moving to the outside of my shoulders a little bit, rocking onto my toes. And I'm really listening to my body as I move. Listen, what does your body say? Stop at a certain point. Nice, cool. Come lie on your back. Come all the way down, lying on your back. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Nice. And bring your arms out into a cross or into a T, straight out to the sides. Your feet are going to stay flat on the floor. Begin to drag your right hand along the floor, and it's reaching above your head. And then your right hand's going to travel over towards the left side, and it's going to pass the left hand, and then you're going to point at the left foot. And then coming all the way back, drag your hand along the floor, and come all the way back to land on your back. Feet stay flat. Drag the left hand slowly, listening to it. There might be a point where it lifts, where it bends. Listen and allow your arm to express its version of this movement. Passing your right hand, point towards your right foot. And look at your right foot. And then come all the way back. Come to land. As you know, I try and make up reasons why I would be doing this. I'm like, where's the ice cream man? And I'm like, right hand, he's over there. No, he's there. No, oh, there he is, way down there. Always knowing where the ice cream man is a good thing. Rolling all the way back, both shoulders to the floor. And then left hand, let it travel. And then point at your right foot. And then just do it a few times, a little bit more sweepy. Now that your arms have warmed up, now that your shoulders have warmed up, or if you need to go just as slow as before because of an arm injury, then do that. Maybe you need to bend your elbow completely on one side. Nice. One more time each side. Really feeling that opening, that moving of the shoulders. How awesome. Both arms are wide, feet are hip distance. Drop both knees to the right and then glide your left knee up towards your right shoulder. And then gliding back. Glide the right knee towards the left shoulder. And coming back. Keep both shoulders glued to the floor. And draw your left knee up. And keep your left shoulder down. And then draw your right knee up. Keep your right shoulder down. One more time each side. Left knee up. Left shoulder down. And then right knee up. Right shoulder down. Super cool. So landing on your back, your arms are wide. How would you roll over onto your side to come up into a seated position? So for me, I just drop my knees over and I roll up. Nice. Stretch your legs out long. So the next movement we're going to do, find your place where you stop. There's a certain point where you go, that's enough for me. So bend both your knees and then drop both of your feet. So I lift my feet up and step them a little bit over towards the right and then drop my knees down. So my zigzag and my right knee is pointing direct forward. So I've kind of shimmied my feet a bit to the side. I'm not sure it makes much of a difference. You'll just change your orientation if you do. Anyways, so we're in zigzag and our knees are pointing towards the left and our feet are towards the right. And then bring your left hand behind you and push your left hand into the floor and slowly lift your bum and your hips up. And you're going to feel more pressure into the right knee, perhaps, into the left foot. So listen to your body as you do this and then sit back down. And again, lifting up. And where's the right place for this left arm to be? Like, where is the place where you feel your shoulder and your arm and your back feel? So travel around a little bit, gently, slowly, and just feel, where is the place for you to bring your hand that's really comfortable for you? Nice. Other side. So lift your feet up, swing them over towards the left. My left knee is pointing directly forward. My feet are over towards the left, knees are towards the right. Right hand behind you. Lift. And just see, are you in the best place for your shoulder? It's very subtle, the difference. Listen to your knees. Knees are funny things. They don't really take much hostages. Here we're rolling on our knees. But if your hips are tight, then your knees have to do a little bit more work. So just listen to your knees if you've got tight hips. Nice. Come all the way back. Lift your feet up. Bring them to the floor and just pause. So the next stage, we're going to keep going with this one. So stay at that level or stay at zigzag or kind of find your way. All these movements, we just have to find our own way within them and find that we have strengths in certain ways and then places that we have to cultivate strength in or really mind at times. So the next one, either bring your left hand to the floor. So your knees are down towards the left, your feet are towards the right, left hand to the floor, or rise up without hands. As you sit down, sitting down is harder than coming up. So you might have to bring your hand down to come back up, to go down, because you need strength to rise, but you need flexibility to go down. Okay, so just notice, can you rise up okay, and then needs help to descend with your hand, or can you rise up and then drop down? Listen to your knees, guys. Okay, rise up and then drop down. Other side. Ba-bum, over to the other side. Either use your hand, right hand to the floor, lift, or rise and then down. So for me, I use my hands as a momentum. They kind of create this feeling of reach, down, reach, and down. Awesome job. Come land on your back and bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Drop your arms overhead. Push the baby toe side of your feet into the floor and lift your hips up off the floor. And then drop your bum to the floor. Lift your feet off the floor and draw the soles of your feet or the big toes towards your belly. Your knees are still wide. Nice. Drop your baby toes down to the floor. Lift your hips. Drop your bum. Lift your feet. Nice. We're going to include the arms next time. So drop your feet Lift your bum. Bum is on the floor. Feet are coming up towards your chest. And now lift your hands up and reach down towards your feet. And just pull your feet towards you. And then whatever shape this makes, stretch out through your legs. Lengthen out into your legs. Nice. Bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together. Drop the baby toe edge of your feet to the floor. Lift your hips up one last time. Drop your arms overhead. And then bum to the floor. Feet and hands come together. Stretch out through your legs. Nice. You have the option of just staying there with your knees bent and your hands resting on your belly as your resting pose. Or you can have your legs stretched out. Or you can come into child. I've fallen in love with child at the end of this. So that's where I'm going. So just see what you need, what you want, and just settle in. I've been really thinking about, all the texts that I get from people. It's this sense of, and it's not pride, it's like self-congratulation or an expression of such awe that they overcame the thing that usually they don't. It's like, I did a 12-hour shift every day and I still did my yoga in the evening. Or, even I organize my time and I make sure that I get there every day. Or even though my computer buffs all the way through the video, I still do it. Or even though my shoulder was really sore, I managed my way. Or like all these stories about how people are overcoming the thing that we believe is why we don't do things. And it's just so wonderful. I'm just so grateful for us overcoming the things we believe that stop us. Oh, I can't do that because... And you're here. Isn't that amazing? All the reasons why, so obvious really. You're like, oh, there's so many reasons why I can't do 20 minutes of yoga a day. And yet you're still turning up and doing it. It's wonderful. So if you've enough flexibility, pat yourself on the back. And slowly rising. And yeah, have a wonderful day. Today's Sunday if you're doing it live with me, if you're doing it in sync with me. If you're not, then just have a wonderful day. Great guys, so lovely. And I will see you all tomorrow morning for another edition of Strong. Nice, lovely.